Thank you for joining the Fassst Lane. You know this is your main man, Jay Mack, where we do it legendary over here. People, March 15, 2020 was a wild ride. Let's get into it. Now, I remember this was almost a year ago. I remember it's like it was yesterday. Now, the beast don't play, people. Remember I told you the beast changed their tactics to being soft-handed and using soft voices and using the feather. That went out the window. I don't know what happened March 15th, but the beast ramped up. Now, I was walking through a school, and I remember this like it's clear as day. As I walked through the school, the backpack I had on disappeared. Then my shoes disappeared. Then my pants disappeared. And I was walking around in a school of little children, bare feet, with no pants on, just my underwear and a shirt. And now I'm like, what in the world? And the children were playing, had recess, but they didn't see me, thank God. I felt like a total perv walking around. It's a school full of children with no pants on. No. Oh, okay. No. I had another dream that was right after that. But let's break this up. First of all, the signs of poverty. 1, I was walking. 2, I was at a school. 2, I was at a school for small children. So that is backwardness, regression, and stagnation to the tenfold. Like Minister Stephen says that once you pass a certain stage of your life, to go back is a sign of regression. And I went back. I'm a big grown man. I shouldn't even be in school, period, much less school for little children, for primary school or elementary, depending on where you're from. Then all my possessions were stripped from me. Red flag. I lost my backpack, I lost my pants, and I lost my shoes. Mr. Ewing said that shoes in a dream are a sign of preparedness. Because you can't leave your house to go out until you put your shoes on. But here I am outside, then my shoes disappear. That's a sign of regression. Because I'm ready out of the house, I'm ready moving forward, then my shoes disappear. Excuse me. Then I'm back in school, a school for children. I lose my resources, my backpack. So I had to pray against the evil spirit of regression, poverty, backwardness. Be ready to fight, people, because see the beast coming now with multiple attacks. Now, the next dream I had, I was on a bus. I think it was at night. I was on the bus and the bus broke down. No, red flag. First of all, I'm on the bus. I'm not in a car that I'm driving. So the red flag right there now is I'm not in the driver's seat, so I'm not in control. Red flag. I'm at the mercy of whoever's driving. Red flag. So I have to pray against that. I have to rebuke those two things. Then the bus break down. Not only am I not in the driver's seat, I'm being driven. Now I can't move forward. Stagnation. 3 things. So the bus break down. Everyone had to get out because I think the driver had to either check the engine or had to call someone to come and move the bus. But anyway, while we were waiting on the side of the road, and it was at night time, excuse me, another red flag. Because as Minister Ewing said, darkness or night, a dream, darkness represents witchcraft, dreams at night represent witchcraft. So it's another red flag. It's looking like I'm in the Chinese, Communist Chinese embassy with all these red flags. But anyway, a lady, she just showed up. Like she was across the street from where we were standing, and where the bus had broken down, and the driver pulled to the side of the road. And she opened the gate. It was chained up. I didn't even see it. She opened the gate. She unlocked the chain without unlocking the lock. Red flag. The gate was locked up with the chain and the lock, but she was able to open it without loosening the lock. Now, what would you call it if you saw something like that in real life? Red flag. Her, because I didn't know her, and her opening the gate without undoing the lock. There's two more red flags. Now, she opened the gate and she asked everybody to come in. So we crossed the street, and when we went inside, went through the gate, we were in the school. Again, aggression, backwardness, stagnation, lack of progress. Here I am, the first dream I was in the school. Second dream, the bus breakdown. Now I'm going into another school, where the gate was opened up by a lady who was doing magic. Now, for some reason, I don't even understand what this was, but it was a dream. I saw ice cubes. I saw ice cubes and they were smooth, literally as glass. Now, and I wanted to walk over them. I don't know if I did. I just wanted to for how smooth they were. So, I rebuke all those elements in the dream. Even the one with the ice. I don't know what that was, whether it was good or bad, so I rebuke it. If it was good, I thank God for it. But I rebuke all the red flags, walking, being at school, losing my backpack, my shoes, losing my pants, and having to walk around children with no pants on. And then the bus breaking down, having to be on a bus. The witch, she obviously is a witch. And her letting us into a second school. Well, letting us into a school and me having a second dream of going to school. Oh, same thing, March 15th, I had a dream where this lady was holding a cup in her hand asking if I would like a glass of water, but she had ice in it. She was rattling the ice. Shaking the cup to rattle the ice, asking if I want water. And she said, she's shaking it, looking in my eyes. Oh, I can't even read what I wrote after that. Oh, I remember that dream. This lady was just shaking the cup, asking, do you want some water? And ice was in it, and she was shaking it. No, it's not something. The last thing I dreamt about in my other dream was the ice cubes. And now this lady shaking it, asking if I want water. No coincidence. Anyway, I rebuked that dream. Excuse me. Even though I knew the lady, I knew who she was. So, I'm wondering if she had anything to do with me being in the situation that I was in. I would say she did, but I can't figure out how. But the fact that she was shaking the cup of ice, and asked me if I want water after my last dream was about me seeing ice cubes and wanted to walk on it. Now, I had another dream where I couldn't remember it. Here. Now I had another dream. Now, oh, people, be prepared to change your whole life, your whole lifestyle, once you begin this fight. You're going to have to take a lot of naps. You're going to take a lot of naps, especially when you're in the fast. But your dreams going to become so intense, so wild, that you're going to be losing sleep, especially if you get up and have to record it and rebuke it. Because as you can see, I'm having a lot of dreams on May 15th. Now, I also had 3 dreams after that dream with the lady shaking the rattling the ice, asking me if I want water. And so, I was in some city, this is dream 1, at night, and I had to use the bathroom. Oh, my nephew and I were in some city at night, and I had to use the bathroom. And this is the same one, the lady was trying to force feed cereal. This is why I went on a 5-year fast as opposed to 3. As opposed to a 3-year fast. For not messing with my sister's children. So I told my nephew I need to use the bathroom. So I went to an abandoned building to use it. The next thing I know, my other nephew showed up, and he was climbing up the building. And the building was in ruins, and I told him to be careful. The nephew I was with first, the one who was being force-fed the cereal, he went to get his hair cut. Now, I don't know how to take that, because getting the hair cut, you're actually getting groomed. But I think losing anything of your possession in a dream, even though it's hair, may not have been a good thing. So I rebuke that aspect of the dream. And I don't know if my nephew climbed. He wasn't climbing the wall like Spider-Man, but the balconies. I still didn't like that. Plus the building was in ruin, so at any moment one of the balconies may fall apart and he could fall and get hurt. So I had to rebuke that. And the attempt of the beast to come after both of them. Oh, and I ended up joining my nephew climbing. But then after a while, when I realized the building was in ruins, and I told my nephew to come down, we came down, as my other nephew who went to get his hair cut, came back from the barber. Now, when we came down the building and met up with my nephew, went to get his hair cut, we had to pass through. It looks like it could have been 20 to 50 vagabonds near metal cans, 55-gallon drums with fire, and they were warming their hands. We had to walk through them. Now, we didn't look like them as far as our dress was. Our clothes were new, theirs weren't. And to say I was scared, I would admit that I was afraid, because if these people attacked us or tried to rob us, I was concerned with my nephews. They weren't old enough to defend themselves. And there was no way I could have taken all of them on and keep my nephews safe. And I went on the fast for that. Because that told me the beast at any moment could turn on these children, and that day will never come. That's why I added 2 extra years to my fast. The beast, you'll catch it first before you touch them. Alright, you're surrounded by vagabonds. Alright, we were able to get through them safely. Thank God for small blessings. In an abandoned building that would look like it's in ruins, surrounded by vagabonds, warming themselves with 55-gallon drums. I rebuked that dream. Uh, my second dream was I was on a ship, but I was above it, floating or watching from a height, from one height. I don't know if I was flying or I know I was up high, which is a sign. First of all, I'm on a large body of water, which is a sign of witchcraft right there. Then I'm floating. I'm high above it, looking down. And I don't have wings, nor can I fly. And Mr. Ewing said flying in the dream is a sign of witchcraft. So I had to rebuke that also. Now, the good thing is, the sea was rough, but I was not being affected, with the waves going up and down. But I understood with that man. The beast is acting the fool, hence the waves being rough. And even though I was, quote unquote, on the boat, I was above the boat. So I was moving with the boat, but I was not being affected by the waves. I thank God for small blessings, but I still rebuke the witchcraft in that dream. Now, so 3. I can't remember the third dream. Yeah, I couldn't remember my third dream. My God, after all of this. I think I slept all the way to work. Thank God I don't drive to work. I get picked up to go to work. I think I slept for like 25 minutes. And thankfully, the driver and one of my co-workers wanted something to eat, so they stopped to get something to eat. So I think I got an extra 10, 15 minutes of sleep. People, your sleep is going to be disrupted. But that's a small price to pay to be free from the bounds of witchcraft. To get away from the clutches of the beast, that's a small price to pay. And if you're the type of person that likes going about and about and about, you got to put that on hold because you have to get your sleep so you can rest properly. Because the last thing you need to do is have your well-being affected by a lack of sleep. Alright. That's that. Thank you. This was long, 16 minutes. I'll be right back. I have one more and I'm out. And thank you for joining me in the Fassst Lane. You know what this is. Your legendary teacher, Jay Mack. I'm out.